Former President Trump railing against prosecutors in Fulton County, Georgia, where he's been indicted on criminal charges for the fourth time. Trump and 18 of his allies are accused of trying to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. Prosecutors claim they pressured officials, harassed election workers, and lied to state lawmakers. Trump has previously said he could pardon himself if convicted and reelected, but legal experts say this indictment is different.
If you've got 19 defendants, it's going to be real hard for the Trump team to make sure that none of them turn on him. In the state of Georgia, the president does not have jurisdiction. Only the governor of Georgia does. And the law in Georgia is even the governor cannot issue a pardon.
Trump and his co-defendants have 10 days to turn themselves into authorities in Fulton County, Georgia. Former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows wants the case moved to federal court to try to get it dismissed. And two of Trump's co-defendants have ties to the Chicago area.
Public relations executive and local pastor are facing serious criminal conspiracy charges. WGN's Julian Cruz joins us now live from Orland Park with details. Julian.
Well, Mike and Ray, one of the local co-defendants, Trevian Cutie, is based out of Chicago. The other, Stephen Cliffgard Lee, with close ties to this Orland Park church. No sign of Stephen Cliffgard Lee or anyone at Living Word Lutheran Church on the 16,000 block of Wolf Road in Orland Park. A woman answering the phone earlier today telling us Lee stepped down as pastor a month ago.
Good morning.
But this video clip from the weekend showing Minister Lee leading Sunday services. The 70-year-old religious minister now facing criminal charges after yesterday's bombshell 41-count indictment in Georgia. Lee indicted for violating Georgia's RICO laws, short for the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, 2 counts of criminal attempt to commit influencing witnesses and conspiracy to commit solicitation of false statements and writings influencing witnesses. The 98-page indictment alleging Lee, who was also a police chaplain according to published reports, tried to pressure Fulton County, Georgia poll worker Ruby Freeman into making false statements that she'd witnessed fraud on Election Day 2020, an effort that terrified Freeman and her daughter, also a Georgia poll worker.
There is nowhere I feel safe. Nowhere. Do you know how it feels to have the President of the United States to target you?
It's definitely a great thing for the city.
The other Chicago area co-defendant appearing 3 days ago on WGN Morning News. Well-known public relations specialist Trevian Cutie, also accused of trying to manipulate false statements from Ruby Freeman and her daughter Shay Moss. Prosecutors alleging that Cutie, under the guise of trying to help the terrified poll workers, committed serious crimes.
They just started pushing their way through, claiming that they were coming in to make a citizen's arrest.
She was told that she had to admit that she had done fraudulent things with regard to the voting, which there was no evidence of.
Cutie also accused of violating the Georgia RICO Act with 1 count of conspiracy to commit solicitation of false statements and writings and influencing witnesses. Numerous efforts to reach both Cutie and Lee for comment unsuccessful. Earlier reports indicating that Cutie worked with Ye, the recording artist formerly known as Kanye West, but those connected to Ye denying that he had any sort of relationship with her during the time that the alleged voter interference is said to have taken place in Georgia. In Orland Park, Julian Cruz, WGN News.
All right, Julian, we have a lot more to come on former President Trump's latest indictment. Coming up at 6:30, we're talking with a political science professor about the implications. And as always, you can get the latest updates at WGNTV.com.